Hello, this is Malorian, and this is going to be my first practice game I got when I was down there for Brawler Bash. And it's actually going to be Orcs and Goblins versus Orcs and Goblins, and up against my buddy Shimmergloom from Warseer. So this is a game I was really looking forward to for a while going into this. I mean, we'd planned to get this game in sometime before the tournament, and I mean, this is a guy I've been chatting to about Orcs and Goblin things for, years on Warseer. We had never met. I had no idea what the guy even looked like type thing, and finally we got to meet face to face and have a game. So that was very cool, and that's part of the whole thing how I love this tournament, because you're getting to meet all these people that are from a different country that you talk to, but I mean, you never get to ever meet. So here we go. We're actually going to be practicing the one that's going to be Blood and Glory, and you can see how we're all set up here. On my side, from left to right, I got my Savages, the Wolves, Chariots, Trolls, War Machines there in the back with the Bunker, Black Orcs, Night Goblins, and then Chariot there on the far right as well. And on his side there, I mean, his army has a whole bunch of different conversions. So he has some Chukkas there on the left. He then has some Night Goblins. He's going to have his Savage Orcs. He has Black Orcs, Wolves in the front, a single Troll, a Pump Wagon, a Mangler Squig, more Wolves, more Night Goblins. There's Doom Divers and a single Stone Thrower back there, a Nether Mangler, and also an Arachnarok. And really, I mean, we both knew each other's list going in. Like I said, on Warseer, we were talking about the different lists and, trying to make sure, like, getting them right before we submitted them. And I know on his side, he has a lot of characters. He has a War Boss, he has his level 4, several support Shamans as well. And of course, he does things like he takes his Arachnarok, mainly because he likes the way it's painted and not the way it performs. So, one of the things I'll have to make sure to kill is his Mangler Squigs, but I'm pretty sure my Doom Divers will be able to do that. And then really when it comes down to it, I mean, we each have Black Orcs, we each have Savages, but then I have two more main combat blocks above that, and I figure I should be able to kill his Spider. So overall, I'm pretty hopeful for my for the way things will go. But of course, this is a game of dice, and it's greenskins, and I mean, you never really know what's going to happen. And here's just a close-up of his army, and you can see, especially in his Savages, I mean, it's a whole big mix of a whole bunch of different models. Looks very dynamic, very interesting, and, it's just one of these people that just loves their army and, has lots of fun with it. So I get first turn, which is fantastic. Pretty much my main line is moving up, no stupidity or animosity issues. In fact, I had pretty much no animosity issues the entire time. On the far left side, you can see that my Wolves are over there to go and take out his Spear Chukkas and get some points there. My magic really didn't do anything, and when it came to shooting, yeah, good old greenskins. My Chukkas misfiring, my Doom Divers scattering off or misfiring, and in the end I did 0 wounds to his Mangler, so, well, there you go. But what I was able to do is that one Doom Diver that scattered killed 3 out of the 5 Wolves on the left, and another one killed the central Mangler, so that's nice to have that taken care of. On his turn, he actually, rolls a double ones or it is with a Pump Wagon, so it goes crazy off to the side. And I mean, not only is this kind of like a nice, funny thing to happen, but tactically for me, you can see how it blocks the Savages. So I was pretty happy about that. Otherwise, his Ragnarok charged my Chariot, and I fled. The rest of his units are just kind of moving up to, as you can see there, block and redirect my stuff. And really, at this point, with him being so far away, I have no problem charging and killing his stuff, and then just reforming to face him again. It's kind of like free points. But otherwise, what he was able to do is kill some of my Black Orcs, and that's not really good, because really, the way I'm looking at this, my Trolls are going to be the first engagement for his Savages, unless my Savages can get to a flank or something, and my Black Orcs are going to mainly be fighting his Black Orcs. But obviously, if he has 40 and I have 30, I mean, the numbers speak for themselves. My turn too, again, no animosity or anything like that, and I decided not to charge with those Wolves directly to my blocks, just in case he did some fleeing shenanigans. So I had the chariot go and take care of the one unit, so that's nice. The savages are coming up on the left side, and what they actually did is they charged his night goblins, and he decided to flee with them, so they're way off in the back there now, so that's great. And I mean, one thing I was doing is when I moved up, I made sure that when I got within 8 for his fanatics, I'd be inside the woods, so pretty much completely safe. But of course, now that he fled, those fanatics are dead anyway. My night goblins on the right went after the Arachnarok, and actually, this is something that should have worked out fairly well because yes, he has a lot of attacks and he can kill my big bosses, but I mean all those attacks going back will kill off that spider. However, as you probably would have guessed, I netted myself, and with that he easily killed off 3 of my characters already. So now that's just going to be more of a me holding him up thing rather than anything else. And really, other than that, I now started to focus on his black orcs. I went and I killed off, an equaling 10 going back. I was able to not kill the other Mangler, unfortunately, but yeah, I'm still liking the way this is going so far. And on this side, this is kind of silly the way it worked out. I charged through the woods to get to the one spear chukka, completely wiped them out, went to go overrun into the other chukka, which failed its panic from being so close, but then I lost enough guys that I had to take a panic test myself and fled and lost another guy from that. So yeah, it's kind of like I destroy one more machine and then we're both freaking out like, I can't believe we actually killed something. His turn 2, he sends his night goblins into my night goblins, and of course, I mean, this with him now getting some ranks and stuff, I'll have to be careful, but overall, I'm going to be the one with having more ranks and being steadfast, so I'm not too worried. But the best thing, of course, to be showing off this picture is just how nice his big spider here looks and all the time he obviously put into it. Alright, now even though it's his turn, we had to go back and do my magic phase, because on my magic phase I cast for the Gork and he had scrolled it. However, the scroll was on the Night Goblin Shaman that was fleeing with the unit on the left, so he couldn't actually use the scroll. So he now did the foot now, and as you can see here on his Black Orcs, I killed a whole bunch of them. And then, of course, rolled a 1, and then he killed a whole bunch of my Black Orcs. So, just craziness going all over here. And yeah, it's a good Orc versus Orc game so far. So getting back to his real turn 2, his pump wagon slams into my chariot, beats my chariot, but I get away. His troll is there to redirect my trolls. His night goblins did not rally, went off the board. His savages are looking at my savages. His black orcs reformed to get better ranks. And on the right side, I kind of held, and a mangler went and destroyed one of my spear chukkas, but I'm just going to go and walk on it on my turn, so I'm not too worried. Otherwise, he plinks off a few more black orcs with, the doom divers and stuff. And of course, I mean, it's just kind of assumed, but I mean, we're both having misfires and stuff the whole game. On this side, he'd actually had hoped to kill off my wolves with a chukka shot, but he had killed just one, and then on my turn, they rallied on double ones. So, I mean, just the comedy that's happening over here is just silly. And just to kind of explain what happens later, is I try and charge, roll a 1, and this guy's gonna die. So it's just, yeah, I mean, it's always nice to have these little comedy interludes for, little fights that don't even matter. My turn 3, I go and I charge into these wolf riders. Should have been an easy win for me, but of course he goes and kills 3 of my black orcs with his wolf riders just to even the odds. Otherwise, in my turn 3, it can look like this. After I was done killing his troll with my troll, I took 1 wound, I'm there. Of course, I killed his wolves, reformed. My chariot rallied. You can see on the far right, things are getting really dicey right now, and I actually was, I'm going to be breaking pretty soon here. What I should have done on this turn, now looking back, is I should have actually now gone for being more wide, so I would break on his turn, so on my turn I could shoot him. Did not do that, and otherwise you could just see that, yeah, just still trying to plink off a few of his black orcs and just getting ready for my savages or my trolls to get in there and just start getting some points. However, it looks like he's going to get the jump on that because he made a long bomb charge with his savages. I think he needed like a 9 or a 10 or something, but he made it. Now his savages are going to be fighting my savages. Obviously, Tun's going to be dying, but he definitely has the advantage here because in this unit he has his war boss, he has his shrunken head person, but at least I can be doing a lot of damage in return. However, he also gets off Foot of Gork with irresistible force and kills off almost all my black orcs, so this is now Danger Town. And then because of that, he was able to easily, send over a Doom Diver, kill the rest of my guys, and then from a long bomb chuck a shot, needing like a 6 or whatever it was, he hit me, he wounded me, did 3 wounds. There goes my shaman. So, ending the turn, it looks like this. Oh man, look on the left there. Now, obviously, my savages lost and were taken off, but look at how few losses he took. That's because I forced him. Well, first of all, I killed off his characters in the unit, so that was pretty cool. However, even though on the unit I forced 13 saves, he made all but 3 of them. It was just, ugh. But of course, at this point, with my general being dead and my level 4 being dead, things all are going to fall apart. I also held, so on a double ones, my Night Goblins decided to hold there, so now I can't even shoot the Arachnarok. I'm going to break on, my turn, so it's just, yeah, things are going bad for my greenskins really fast. My turn 4, Trolls fail stupidity. I go over and join them with the BSB, so at least they'll have slightly higher leadership. Move up with the bunker to try and threaten the Night Goblins on the right if somehow they didn't break, but they did break over there, so there, like I said, their Ragnarok and stuff will be free to start cleaning up my war machines, and otherwise my war machines killed off more of the black orcs, so maybe I'll get those points, but yeah. His turn 4, his savages and his stuff is all going and killing off my war machines like I was talking about. He was also able to snipe off my BSB. I can't remember if it was with a Foot of Gork. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's with a Foot of Gork. You can see how my trolls are starting to die there too. So, yeah, it's still falling apart. My turn 5, I'd love to charge, but I fail stupidity. His turn 5, he's killing off more stuff, and maybe now my Night Goblins are panicking and running away. My turn 6, yeah, you guessed it, I failed stupidity. If I could just get in there, I'd be wiping these guys out. Yeah, but it's just not happening. And then his turn 6, he just finishes off the last of my war machines. So, victory to the Orcs and Goblins, his Orcs and Goblins, and yeah, at the end of the day, it was just really nice to play against somebody that I've known for, like I said, a long time. We've been talking about Orc and Goblin stuff for at least 6 years type of thing, and so it's really nice to finally meet the guy in person. Orcs and Goblins versus Orcs and Goblins is always a crazy game. Unfortunately, in this one, my shaman died early because, I roll a 1 on my Foot of Gork. He gets irresistible and then is able to pull off the long bomb shot and all these things. But, hey, crazy things happen. One of probably my biggest regrets I have is that once this happened, I did get kind of grumpy in this game, and I was kind of like, okay, let's just get this thing finished, because, of course, I knew once my shaman died, and, of course, the same turn we had the crazy combat with the savages where he made all those saves, too. It was like, well, I now have nothing, so let's just go and quickly get through me failing these troll stupidity tests. But, it wasn't grumpy enough that he would upset him or anything, and, overall, it was a good game, and during the tournament, we got to keep on touching base, seeing how each other's armies were doing. So, yeah, there you go, and I hope you liked it. Bye.